So we were supposed to have left for London like half an hour ago.
Yeah.
But we're not exactly sure how to use these European washer dryer systems. There's so many dials and buttons and numbers, and it's just a lot. Also, I just don't think they're very good at drying stuff, so here we are out on the balcony, which luckily we possess. And I hope our stuff doesn't blow away. But we have to wait for everything to dry. So I don't know. Here we are, and Sam, if you see this, it's not our fault. We're sorry. We still love you. We'll see you soon.
Stuff's been in the dryer since 11 o'clock last night. It's now 9 a.m.
Hello everybody, welcome back to Calgary Barbell. We're here to wrap up my week of training, and we're going to talk a little bit about my travels because I got some vlog footage for y'all. We got some decent feedback on the last video, so hopefully you guys enjoy it. We finished up our seminar Sunday night in Basingstoke. We took the train Monday morning to, we took the bus Monday morning to London, took the tube, and we ended up going to train at this fantastic, amazing little gym called Physical Culture.
This is sick.
1928.
We made it, y'all. Physical Culture since 1928. This place is pretty legit looking. Neighborhood's dope too. We walked through a whole bunch of really cool architecture and whatnot. You excited, Taylor?
Hyped.
Hyped. Let's do it.
So Physical Culture has been a gym since 1928, and you could, like, the history, the feeling in there was just like, it was tangible. You could feel it. It was awesome. Anyways, so it's all exposed brick. Everything's kind of segmented into its own little room, but they had great comp equipment, brand new ER rack, Eleiko bar, Rogue plates or Eleiko plates, but yeah, it was very well equipped. So, excuse me. So Samuel from White Lights Media came along and filmed our workout that day, Taylor and I's workout. And I think he's gonna have a pretty cool video put together before long that I'm hoping we can host on our channel, because they're doing some really cool stuff on YouTube, and Samuel's a great guy and a really good videographer in my opinion. So I worked up and I squatted an all-time PR in this 100-year-old gym, which was so cool. Worked up to 375 kilos. Depth was not where I would want it to be, but I took care of that this week. It was probably on the line, like a 2-to-1 either way, but it moved like a rocket ship, and I was super happy with it. So backed off, did I think 345-ish for a couple of singles. Got 3 singles in there. Just kind of was feeling pretty beat up from all the travel and lack of sleep and not kind of eating, lack of regular routine. So I decided to cut it there. But I was able to get into my bench shirt. So limiting the range of motion seems to be a really big thing for me. I was able to do some 2-board work that day. Got up to 222.5 for a single at, 6. It's not really at this point about the weight on the bar as much. It's more about what I can do without pissing my shoulder off. So did that, got 2 singles in around 215 or so, again to a 2-board, and called it for that day. By the time we got back, dropped all our stuff off, showered, checked in at our Airbnb and all that kind of stuff, it was close to 5, so we didn't get too much time to do a whole lot in London. We went to this really nice open market with all these cool hanging lights and whatever. Had some beers and some kebab and ate a bunch, and then headed down to South Bank, I believe it's called. This is kind of a general area south of the river there, the River Thames? Something like that. Anyways, wandered out onto the London Bridge, got a cool view across at the Tower Bridge, which was really, really neat to look at. And then I think that was mostly it for London. Kind of shut her down after another couple of pints and some good food. Went from there The next morning we took off up to Oxford, and Oxford was our jam. Oxford was fantastic. So we got there, pretty much went straight to the gym. So shout out to the Oxford University Powerlifting Club. What's up, guys? Thank you so much for taking us and touring us around. But we showed up, we went to their gym, got a lift in, and this gym was really, really cool. It reminded me of the old Smash Strength when we were just like a tiny little closet, basically. The worked up hit a 390 kilo deadlift that day. It was an overshoot. It was definitely at 10. I got it locked out, but it took me a minute. It was a little sloppy positioning wise, so not super happy with that, but backed it down to 345 or so and got all my singles in that day. So that was really good. The next day we decided to do as many touristy things as we could on that day, and it happened that it was May 1st. Now May 1st in Oxford is a big deal because it's what's called May Day. So on May Day at 6 a.m. there's a whole bunch of choir singers that go up on top of the Magdalen Tower, sort of, I think it's on High Street, downtown-ish somewhere, sort of central. And they go up onto this tower and they sing first thing in the morning. So it's become kind of a tradition there that a lot of people stay up the night before and get super wasted. So it's an interesting crowd and demographic of the two, sort of, maybe a bit of an older crowd that didn't stay up all night and a bit of a younger crowd that was having a real good time. So we were ushered alongside the bridge because there were just thousands and thousands of people out on the streets. So it was a really, really cool thing to take part in. We got kind of nice and up close, checked all that out. And then there were just like dance parties all over the streets for half of the rest of the day. Everybody was out getting drinks. We had a big full English breakfast, and that was really cool. In the afternoon we went punting, which is kind of just like, it's a big canoe and you pilot it by using this giant sort of pole that you use to push off the bottom of the river. So we went around the River Isis, which connected into the Thames, and I was a pretty bad pilot, actually. So we were lashed with another boat, and Aaron, one of the guys, was the other pilot, and I didn't realize until we separated at the end how much he was contributing to our ability to stay on track. So I was just driving us like right into the bank. I didn't really understand what the hell I was doing, so it was a lot of fun. Glad that we got to do that, but I was not super good at it, so that was what it was. The next day we headed up to Edinburgh, which was beautiful, fantastic. Just a really sort of historic city, really cool architecture. They have a big castle. We didn't go all the way in because we didn't have enough time, but we did get to wander around their High Street and Victoria Avenue, Victoria something anyways, which was really cool, kind of dual level raised sort of promenade thing you could wander along. And we also hiked up or walked up, because it was only about 20 minutes, this thing called Arthur's Seat, which was, like I said, about a 20-minute grunt, pretty steep on the route that we chose. We got up on top of this peak and we could look out across all of Edinburgh in about 360 degrees. So that was really, really neat to go and do. On the Thursday when we got there, however, Taylor and I decided to kind of smush our workouts, our two remaining workouts for the week, into one, so we could focus on being touristy Friday and then our two seminars on the weekend.
So we've just checked into our Airbnb here in Edinburgh, and now we're heading to the gym. So we'll see what that brings. Probably gonna smash a couple lifts into one and just be big tourists tomorrow. So we made it. We're at Elysium in Edinburgh, where we're going to be giving our seminar. And we're going to have some pre-workout that we've never tried before. This is Kim. Hi, Kim.
Hello.
And you work here at Elysium?
Yes.
Sweet, and Kim's been gracious enough to show us around and show us where they stash the pre-workout.
They're all carb frame, but they got that bean in them.
It's a sweet little place here, man.
So I got up to some safety bar squats, got 195 kilos for 12. Felt really good, felt really strong that day. Could have pushed it a little bit more, but knowing that we were doing so much work that day, didn't decide to go up much more than that. Did some touch and go bench, that pissed my shoulder off a little bit, so I went pretty heavy and went to the chest, which in hindsight was probably not the smartest thing, but live and learn, man. And then I did some snatch grip RDLs with 205 or 210. So those are progressing quite nicely. Finished off with some lever rows and overhead press, and I had a real good pump leaving there, that's for sure. So after we walked up Arthur's seat, we went and I got a sandwich about the size of my head. It was the biggest Reuben I've ever seen in my life. And it was amazing. So that was really good. What else did we do in Edinburgh that day? Oh yeah, we went on a beer tour. So we went on a walking beer tour around sort of historic downtown. Tried a bunch of craft beers from different local breweries and got educated on how to taste beer properly. So that was really cool, really, really cool. Met up with Dean that night, had another great dinner, and then rested up for the seminar the following day. So Saturday, we had a big seminar at Elysium, Edinburgh. Dope gym. Thanks to Dean for having us out. Thanks to the team at Elysium for being so great, and thanks to everybody who came out, because obviously it was a nice big group. So that went really, really well. And then Dean was gracious enough to even give us a ride to Glasgow, where our last seminar was.
This is Dean. And Dean, why are you driving our smelly asses around? Who are you?
Well, my name is Dean Robertson. I'm the owner of Elysium Edinburgh. I've had the pleasure today of hosting both Bryce and Taylor in my gym. I've followed these guys' work for a long time, and it's so sweet to have them over to Scotland, and not only kind of to train on myself, but to have some of my members, some of my clients, and the broader kind of field of powerlifters within Scotland actually coming to be educated in a fantastic seminar, I might add.
Thank you.
So yeah, really excited, and dropping them off in Glasgow, which isn't as good as Edinburgh, let's be honest.
So yeah, we just arrived in Glasgow. Dean is awesome. If you are ever in Edinburgh and need a place to train, ask Dean. Elysium Edinburgh.
So on Sunday we presented in Glasgow, and we presented, shout out to Willie, the gym owner there. They're relocating now currently, so that was the last day that location was open, and then they began sort of relocation the next day. But it was a nice small group, so it was about 9 or 10 people. We were able to really kind of make a connection with everybody, do a lot of hands-on work, and have some really good discussions, because I think everybody was pretty comfortable with one another. So that was a big plus. And then yesterday I woke up and traveled for, I don't even know how long. I was awake for a total of 22 hours, but that was a bit of a trip. I'm glad to be home. Definitely missed my wife, my dog, and my gym, my people, you know. So it's good to be home, good to get back into the routine of things. We got some pretty exciting stuff coming up, so stay tuned. We're gonna be coming out with our apparel in June. So we got these and these, which I'm actually a little bit hesitant to open up to everyone, because I like it so much that I almost want it to be exclusive to just me. But yeah, we'll probably sell these. We're bringing back the Equip Bruised Entire shirts as well with this launch, so stay tuned and look forward to all of that, as well as a lot of really cool YouTube content now that we're sort of the documentary's a little bit behind us. Just putting the finishing touches on that. Should come out in July, and yeah, we're gonna get to work on a lot more YouTube stuff coming up real soon, but that's probably enough blabbering for me today. So thank you to everybody who played host. Shout out to everybody that we met on this trip. It was fantastic, and everybody was so, and I don't usually like to swear on this channel, but everybody was so fucking cool to us and so awesome. So thank you, and we'll be back for sure. Anyways, guys, see you in the next video. Thanks for tuning in.